Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We've got Frank, Ale and Stevie here. Stevie's had a few computer issues today. Ale has proved to be quite the IT genius, at least in Stevie's eyes. Yes.
Thank you, Al.
Wait. Did you see the backhanded compliment there? Quite a computer genius, at least in Stevie's eyes. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the level of Stevie, then I'm a genius. Beyond that, not so much.
You just
Yeah.
had to dig at me there. Now she's after you.
Yes.
Well, I knew we were off to a bad start when I said, go to Google Chrome. And he goes, what's Chrome? That's how I thought, okay, let's just stop there. All right, Frank, how is Dancing with the Stars going?
That's great, guys.
Not that well. I've been kicked out, last night.
Craig voted for you out.
You got kicked out.
Yeah, but I got injured last week, and I managed to dance this week, and I was happy to be with my partner Candice, and we did well. But the judge decided that I wasn't good enough, so bye-bye, Frankie. But that's okay. That's okay. That's fair.
Craig will be so disappointed.
Wait, but hang on, but he did hurt himself. I'm not like.
And what was the
he's been very
injury,
humble
Frank?
here.
What was the injury?
I torn my hamstring last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry.
Well, good.
And normally it's like 4 weeks, but I was able to dance and to do some porte and to move correctly. That was great. I had good ranks and everything, but the way it works, people have decided that I had to go out. So fair enough. And good luck to the others. I'm on holidays. That's fine.
We demand a recount.
Yeah, we demand a recount. Craig, you can come back onto set. Yeah, he's out. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
I mean, who's not gonna miss that? You asking a question to Frank about Dancing with the Stars, and then Craig pitching a fit automatically.
Yeah, it won't happen again. Sadly. Okay, how do players get motivated to play a consolation/third place match? Stevie, will it be difficult for Poch and Marsh to get the players off for playing in the third place match, obviously US-Canada?
I'm going to say yes. I've never experienced that myself. But I can tell you, every single time, whether it's the Olympics or the World Cup or whatever, as soon as the two games are over, the first thing as a pro you go, oh, imagine having to play in that next game. I absolutely don't know how. Unless you're a complete and utter minnow that has had a Hollywood run, then that's different. But for teams like Croatia, say,
North Macedonia, where they were like studying everybody.
Aye, but for experienced players and teams to have to play that game.
Poch has got to win it.
Well, I will say that and I've gone through it, and we actually did the Hollywood run in Copa America 2011, made it all the way to the semis, lost in penalties, and we actually had to play that game. And even though we had gone through the Hollywood story of actually making it all the way to the semifinals, being Venezuela, and nobody was expecting that, the team was gone. Once we lost the semifinals and penalties in a match that we should have won and deserved to win it, and hit the post and hit the crossbar, and felt like, man, we were right there, the precipice of making it to the final of Copa America. Mentally, the team was no longer there. And you could feel it. It's just all that positive energy, all that momentum, all that feeling was gone. And by the time we showed up to play that third and fourth place match, there was nothing. There was no juice. The team had no juice anymore. And we got destroyed in that third and fourth place match. The difference here is that the United States, and Canada for that matter, they don't have all that many important games from here to the World Cup. And so there are only so many times that you're gonna get the chance to actually go through the exercise of getting your team ready to play. Especially the United States, and especially Mauricio Pochettino, especially after talking about this team becoming the best in the world over the next 10 years. And then you do what you do against Panama, it feels like this is the sort of third and fourth place match in which you, as the United States, have to care a whole lot more than anybody else will.
Where's the game being played?
Well, here in the United States, in LA.
Oh, so it's in the same stadium?
Yes.
Oh dear, that's not going to help either. There's nobody there.
We'll find. Okay, for the guys, today is National Goof Off Day. Have you ever missed school or work to goof off? And if so, what did you do? What's goof off? Bunking off?
Aye.
Okay.
I used to goof off all the time at school. And I can't tell you what I was doing. It wasn't good.
Smoking cigarettes behind the bike shed?
I never reached it to school.
Okay, we won't ask you then.
You've got to go to school to be behind the bike shed.
Frank, did you used to skip school ever?
No, I never missed school. I always been present, and I was very serious. But I left school very early. I was like 15 or 16 years old when I left school. So maybe if I would have stayed, a little bit longer, I would have had some off days, for sure.
There is no way you ever did this.
No.
And you...
No. And you know what? I'll tell you, I'll take you deep inside into the Moreno household in Venezuela. I'm leaving school one day at the time that I'm supposed to be leaving school, right? I was done early, and so I'm leaving, and I see my sister, who was at the same school, she's out and about, and she shouldn't be out and about. I get out of the car, go onto the sidewalk, say, "Hey, what you doing? You gotta get back to school." Get my sister back in the car, into the school, and no, you gotta go to the classroom. I need to see you go into the classroom. Yeah, that's right. My sister was out and about, goofing off. Didn't like that. You know who else didn't like that? My dad. Oh man, it was a stressful evening.
Oh, so did you tell him, or did the school tell him?
No. But he obviously finds out, because then when she has to come back into school, she has to go through the process of actually walking back into the classroom. And so there is a whole process that goes with that. And then my parents got a hold of the news. And obviously, at that point, I wasn't the supportive brother that I am now. I went up to her after she had gone through the struggles with my dad. Said, "That's right. Yeah, you earned this. This is on you." Yeah.
We would call somebody like
What
that
a nice
in school
brother.
a SWAT.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well, I knew you would have never bunked off.
She got the lesson. She got the lesson, Frank. It was a teaching moment.
It was
Well,
tough love, huh?
Yeah, tough love.
I got it.
For Stevie, start, bench or sell on current form, Dembele, Mbappe, Raphinha.
On current form,
Current form.
Ha.
well, it's not Mbappe. I'd say Mbappe's third. He's getting sold, isn't he? So Mbappe gets sold. If I'm picking a team tomorrow, I think I'm still picking Raphinha before Dembele. So I'm going to say Raphinha.
Is he right or wrong, Frank?
After hearing and seeing Stevie thinking about it, with his mouth moving like that, a little bit everywhere, I thought I would have picked Dembele, but Raphinha, with the consistency that he showed this season, yeah, it might be the right one. He's on the very big current form, I would say. So I would go Raphinha. I have to put Dembele and after Mbappe.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for more than from Mbappe. I need more.
Yeah, overall, we would say you pick Mbappe, but the qualifying part of this question is current form. Raphinha, hot. He is hot. I'm taking Raphinha, Dembele, and then Mbappe.
Okay. How impressive would it be if Wrexham achieved back-to-back-to-back promotions, as we see they're currently in second place? It would be impressive.
Huge.
Massive.
Absolutely huge. Has anybody ever done it before?
Back-to-back-to-back. I think so. I don't know if I think so, I think there's a few.
In the trot?
I think there might. I feel like.
I don't think there is.
Hey, how about you do the research on it
How
and
about
present
you?
it tomorrow?
No.
How about you?
Go.
Remember we were telling you our research team are excellent. How about you put it in the little group chat to the research team? and find out if it's been done before.
You see, that means I've got to go on a computer.
Even,
What chances of that happening?
even better, go on Chrome.
Go on Chrome.
You know what? Let me go further on this, Stevie, because you're a manager. Because there'll be the doubters who say, "Oh, they've had more money pumped into them. They're buying players above their level." Even with that, to be able to do that, to be able to make it all work, it's a massive achievement, isn't it?
Yes, it's incredible. You know, all you got to do is look at Manchester United. You know, people think just because you got money, you can just go and buy players. You got to buy the right players. That's not easy. So no, this is absolutely huge.
I think Ipswich might have gone back to back to back.
Are you okay? So you seem to be stretching at this point.
I don't think they did.
Have you got something to say, Frank? Have you been watching? Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to see how that club grew up so quickly, and I know because of big names in the board and everything, but I would say football-wise, it's impressive to see that, and that Stevie made a right point where you have to have the right player for the league you are involved in. So you have to change from the previous league, but you have to buy the right player for that league and not buying players for the league for after. That you have to be very precise because some players are capable of fighting and help you out in that specific league. So you have to be very precise again and have the knowledge of so many players to make sure you pick the right ones. So it's very, very, for me, impressive what they are doing right now.
And we're going to go in depth with Wrexham. And to the point that Frank was making in terms of certain players are specifically good for a moment in time for that league to get you onto the next level. You think about the role that Paul Mullins plays for this team over the last 3 years or so, and as to what his role is right now, quite a reduced role. Not nearly as productive, but they wouldn't be where they are now without his goals over the last couple of seasons. But they now have taken sort of a jump up in category, and now they have to figure out who is Ole Palmer? No, maybe that's not that this is not his level. It's got to be somebody else. It's that where a guy like Jay Rodriguez comes in who scored the game winner this weekend. That's sort of the story that we're seeing with Wrexham, and I think goes hand in hand with what Frank is saying. Certain group of players go up until this point, but if you're thinking about what's going to take you from here up to the next level, then it's got to be a different group of players that take you there. And you have to be able to identify those players and have those players be productive for you consistently.
Absolutely right. I was part of that at Notts County. You know, when I went to Notts County, the reason I went was because the manager at the time, Howard Kendall, said, right, we've got good football players. He says, when we drop into the next league, we're going to outplay everybody and go back up. And I was sold. Howard got the sack. We did get relegated. The new manager, Colin Murphy, came in and got rid of probably 4 or 5 of our good football players and brought in other players who were not as talented, but were bigger, were stronger, quicker, not as good at football, not as great touch. And I tell you what, up until Christmas, we hardly lost a game. We beat everybody home and away because of that toughness, the strength and the physicality, 100%.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think the Ipswich point is wrong. There's been a malfunction on our research system. But the back to back to back.
Okay.
All right, next question.
You seem to be blaming everybody else, Kay.
I don't like saying it, but I told you so.
You're right, Stevie. I should
All
have
right.
listened to you all along. Should have just gone
You'll
back
learn
to
one
the
day.
actual football brain.
You'll learn one
where it
day.
all comes from.
You got
Frank, if France don't win the tie tomorrow, will we see Zizou in the dugout next year in North America?
I don't think so. I think Didier Deschamps is settled there very well with the president of the federation. He has a very good relationship. I think it's a deal, and winning or not winning the Nation League doesn't mean anything for France, for the fans. We want to see France being good in major competitions, and Didier Deschamps will have a last chance in North America for the World Cup, and then we might see and hopefully see Zizou after that when Didier Deschamps will decide to give up. But there is no way that even if France has out of the competition that we're going to see Zizou very soon. I don't believe that.
Here's a critical question about tomorrow's match. Is Frank Leboeuf famous enough to where the cameras are going to pan to the stands and show Frank?
Yes.
It's
He's a World Cup winner.
Is that the level that we're on right now?
Yes.
And
Dancing
with the Stars.
Star.
And Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Okay.
No, they won't move the camera for me. Don't worry. They won't wait that time. Don't worry.
He'll be ready if they do.
Yeah.
Pay the cameraman off, Frank.
Next question,
I might do.
Stevie. Do you think Scott McTominay should play as a number 9 for Scotland? Been
No.
one of the most effective players for Napoli. He's got 6 goals for them.
Yeah, but in essence, he's coming late. It's a bit like Jude Bellingham. He's so much better when he's coming late into the penalty area as opposed to either being in there or being wide or wherever. And McTominay's got the perfect role. If you stick McTominay up front and have him with his back to goal, he will be a completely different player. It's a whole new world when you play with your back to goal as opposed to being either on a half turn and seeing everything and then being able to time your runs into the box. So I guess the answer is no.
Frank, was your generation as stylish as the current French squad?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Wait a minute, what?
Oh my God.
Oh. Oh.
You know what I think, guys, is that, in order to do that,
No.
you have to hide photographers coming
No,
to
that's not real, is it?
to videotape you. Oh my God! We didn't have anybody when we arrived at Clairefontaine. We had nobody waiting for us, to take pictures or making videos about ourselves coming out of the car.
All right. Okay. It's a life raft.
It'd be all right if he fell in the pool, wouldn't he?
My God. That's another world. That's another world. That's another generation. I think, and you know what? I think the player, they do that on purpose. They do that to tease the media who comes for that. People are coming just for that, to see them getting out of the car to the castle. We didn't have that at the time, nobody cared about that. And now they do that, and I think it's a game between them. Would they be the most ridiculous and be videotaped by the media? So I think that's a contest. For me, that has to be a contest.
Well, if it is a contest, they're winning. They are winning the contest.
You guys should try some of those fits. I think you'd look great.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of them was a life-preserving vest. One of them, the ones in the airplane.
Okay, now
the motorbike rider.
before we do go, and especially now that you're out of Dancing with the Stars, Frank, we have a new contender. Maybe you could play judge for us. Let's take a look at who that new contender is.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Get it. Oh, hey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. 10 out of 10. Oh, yeah, my man.
Bring that knee up. Oh, and now deep. Yeah. Go deep. There you go.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't pull your hand.
Impressive.
You're moving pretty well, Stevie.
I was thinking that as I was watching that.
And it's not. And
Impressive.
It's not
I was
just the
very
hands.
impressed.
It's not just the hands. There was.
Frank, how far would he get?
All the parts were moving.
Oh, well, groovy. He can go through. 10 out of 10. Well done, Mr. Steve Nichols. 10 out of 10. You go through.
Don't be dancing too much, because then Craig is going to be upset. We already got him happy because Frank is eliminated.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, though,
True,
because it
true,
was this panel,
true.
when you guys were doing the warm-ups, the football warm-ups, and you were showing us, and you did that leg over the back of the head.
Yeah.
The other week when you weren't on the show, there was a goal scored exactly like that.
Oh, is
That's
it?
obviously why you did that.
Yeah,
warm-up.
Oh, yes.
We missed you. All right. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Make sure to join the team tomorrow as they
So
look
you
back
stretch, Stevie.
all the latest.
That was without a stretch as well.